Hello all. I wish to enlighten my IB English A language and literature students with the parody and the pastiche. First of all, I would like you to understand what each is. A parody is an imitation of a style of a particular writer. It is a work created to make fun of an original work. You can put in a lot of exaggeration to give the character a humorous effect. It is also called a spoof. On the other hand, a pastiche is any work or text that imitates the character of one or more artists. Its sole purpose is to imitate. It may honor the literary piece that it imitates, but not mock it. We shall now discuss each with examples so that you comprehend better. The parody first started in the 2nd century AD when the Greek writer Lucian of Syrian descent created a parody of outlandish tales which were presented as mythical events which were true in a true story about travel to outer space and alien life forms. It has been described as the first science fiction text. His intention is to poke fun at the incredible claims made by other writers. In 1926, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was parodied in the comic Dr. Pickle and My Pride. It was a silent black and white comedy and a spoof of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. In Victorian London, the esteemed Dr. Pickle uses himself as a guinea pig when he experiments with a new drug that changes him to a compulsive prankster. In 1940, Charlie Chaplin created a satirical comedy about Adolf Hitler with the film The Great Dictator. Another example that I can give you is Spaceballs, a comic science fiction film written and directed by Mel Brooks in 1987. This was a parody of the original Star Wars trilogy. Now, Star Wars was such a famous movie which you all have seen on the screen. Sometimes parodies are more appreciated than the originals. The tele-sitcom Allo Allo is better known today than the drama Secret Army which it parodies. Allo Allo is a BBC television British sitcom that was broadcast on BBC One from 1982 to 1992, comprising 85 episodes. The story is set in a small town cafe in German-occupied France during World War II. Another example is in 1925, No No Nanette parodied as Yes Yes Nanette, which is a 1925 silent film comedy. It also featured Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. Yes, you all have guessed right, our very own lovable and humorous Laurel and Hardy. We shall talk now about the pastiche. Pastiche is a work of visual art literature, theatre or music that imitates the character of one or more artists. Unlike parody, it celebrates rather than mocks the work it imitates. So in a way, it entertains. Yes, you all have guessed right, it entertains. Many stories featuring Sherlock Holmes, originally penned by Arthur Conan Doyle, have been written as pastiches since the author's time. Hip-hop employs pastiche of jazz, blues and R&B sounds. Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill films are a pastiche of two genres, Western and Kung Fu movies. In The Simpsons, which have been on air since decades, the writer and animators frequently used pastiche to add to its innovation. In South Park, there is an episode that animated entirely in the style of the Scooby-Doo cartoons. We have examples of pastiche in poetry too. The Traveller is a comical imitation of Edgar Allan Poe's poem The Raven. The difference in both is that The Traveller is humorous while the original The Raven is about the bird with a serious tone. You too may try your hand at writing a pastiche. If you take Seamus Heaney's Funeral Rites, you could write a pastiche by adding Indian mythology. You could also write pastiche on John Keats' longer odes. I conclude this session by encouraging and motivating you all to write a parody or a pastiche, as these will help you to appreciate and understand the stylistic features the poet had to deal with. They will help you to do your IOCs with a deeper insight. Lastly, they will help you to satisfy your creative urge and give you an opportunity to express your feelings. Thank you very much for listening.